The name of the film is Killing Ground.
It is.
Bill watched this. He had a screener of it.
I had a screener of this movie, and I saw it. It's directed by Damien Power, who we have here. That's a director's name, isn't it?
Damien Power.
He sounds like he's in charge.
Damien Power. And the two of the actors from the movie are here. Maya Stang. Excuse me, I wanted to put an R in there, but it's Stang. And Aaron. What's your last name, Aaron?
Well, there's two Aarons, isn't there? I know.
Is it Gliandi?
It's Glenane. But that's
Glenane.
Yeah, Scottish-Irish vibe.
Yeah. And God, you're
But
just
Aaron sat down and Bill got scared.
he sat
I
down.
remember you from the movie.
What a son of a God! You are just an awful. Now this movie is The Killing Ground, and it's here at the Sundance Film Festival, and it is a very tightly directed, and I will say really brutal crime thriller about some murders, and I'm not going to give it away. It takes place in Australia, and
Is that where you filmed it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So it's set in the middle of the bush, and we tried to find the middle of the bush as close to Sydney as we could.
It seems pretty remote. Probably not as remote as it seems.
Yeah, well, we were lucky. We found this little nature reserve in the sort of outer suburbs, which was fantastic. You know, houses 100 metres that way. The only problem was, other side of the river, there was an army base where they conducted live fire exercises. So when we weren't shooting, they were, and they had tanks.
So this couple, they're out to take a holiday, go camping in this kind of remote place. This young man and young woman who are boyfriend and girlfriend, and they set up their tent by the river. It's a place where he'd gone camping as a child.
That's right.
And there's another tent there. They're kind of disappointed, but they say, well, it's pretty remote. We're going to have but there's nobody in this other tent.
Yet.
No.
No?
No.
I don't know.
No.
I'm just guessing.
No. Nobody shows up. And so they're camping there. And
well, then when one of them snores, the other one can go in the other tent and get a good night's sleep, right?
Well, they just keep thinking, where are this other people? But they just don't show up. And the movie is interestingly cut. At first I was kind of confused by it. It's kind of cut because we keep cutting back to the town, and there are these two brutish kind of guys. Aaron is one of the brutish guys, the stupider of the two, I would say. Yeah, you could see. And these two brutish guys you finally find out they're really brutal, kind of dumb killers. And they have done away with... I shouldn't give too much away.
No, why don't you stop?
You're all ready.
Shouldn't give too
Bill.
much away.
Why don't you ask him something like about...
So this movie is very brutal. Although it could have been more graphic, you do show some restraint in the amount of blood and gore. It could have gone further, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I think intentionally you don't show a lot of that.
Yeah, it was important. The way I depicted the violence was really important to me. I mean, yes, it's a violent film, but it's also a film about violence. And one of the things that I feel is that violence dehumanizes the victim. And the way it does that is by robbing them of choice. So you can kind of see that in specific scenes and instances in the film, but also in the structure of the film. You know, as it starts, these characters have plenty of choices, and we see them making some bad choices.
Yes.
But as it goes on, everything gets tighter and tighter and tighter, and those timelines wind together, and their choices get increasingly restricted.
The Killing Ground is the name of the movie. Damien Power is the director. Aaron... What?
Aaron Glenane.
Glenane
That's it.
is here. He's with the actor, and Maya Strange is an actress. Stang, excuse me, an actress in the movie. She plays the mother of a family. You had to go through some pretty horrific stuff in that movie. How was that to play?
It was both exciting as an actor. I think it's always great to have the opportunity to really go to those dark, intense places as an actor. So it was kind of a gift of a role, but it was quite an epic experience. There were some days I came home and it was hard to go to sleep at night because of what we'd been through in the shoot that day. So we really did go there.
Here's a question for you. So you had nightmares after acting in it that day.
Yeah.
What is it then like to see yourself on screen going through it? I'm sure that's a totally different, scary experience. Maybe, I'm guessing.
I found it was interesting for me watching the film because I didn't find it so hard to watch myself. It was more that I had a bodily memory of being in that situation. So it kind of re-triggered some of those memories. But I was so enjoying the film that it was extraordinary to me that I was able to watch it quite impartially and just be absolutely engrossed in the film.
I have to say that your terror is absolutely, and you and the rest of your family members, and was so absolutely believable. And you must have, as you watch it, you know, you can be so critical of yourself sometimes as an actor.
Yeah.
As you watched it, you must have said to yourself, I'm absolutely believable.
I
You
bought
must
it.
have. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And that was one of the rare experiences because as an actor, it's so hard to watch yourself in a film, and it's so hard to watch a film objectively. And I think it's such a testament to Damien in the film that he's crafted so beautifully that I was able to watch it and be blown away by the film.
The Killing Ground. Now we got to talk to Aaron here because he is a very bad man in this movie.
Bill was genuinely scared when you sat down.
Now your partner,
He seems like a nice guy.
he does.
I usually like to meet people before they see the film. 'Cause like usually have that reaction to me when they first meet me after seeing it. So
Well, when you get to the screening, go around and say hi to
I'll be
everyone.
shaking everyone's hand beforehand, that's for sure.
Now your partner, the guy who plays your partner in this film, when you meet him, if he had the beard and the long hair normally, you'd look at him and go, I think I'm going to keep my distance from him without ever having seen the movie. He looks kind of like a rough character. You do not, but you are just an asshole.
That's probably the greatest compliment I've ever received as an actor. So thank you.
How do you find that in yourself, and when you watch the movie and see yourself doing these awful things, what do you think?
Yeah, I found it tough to watch. I find it kind of tough to watch every time because it doesn't hold back. This film doesn't hold back at all. I don't think it really goes there with what these characters are kind of hoping to achieve. And
Damien, look what you put these poor people through.
but
I know.
He's happy about it.
They did a great job.
I know, but it's that kind of thing where it's the same as what Maya said. It's so engaging. You're there with the characters the whole way through, hoping that they're going to. Like the other characters, the couple, hoping that they're going to get to the end of this ordeal and come out okay. And it's interesting what you said about Aaron, the other Aaron,
The other guy?
Aaron Pedersen, A1. He was A1, I was A2. But being sort of a rough kind of guy, because as soon as I met him, he was in the zone, he was in the headspace, and he had his sunnies on, and I couldn't see his eyes. He goes, "Yeah, how you going, brother?" And I'm like, I'm good. And he's like, "So we're going to get into this or what?" And I'm like, okay. And he's like, to pull this film off, we can't hold back. We just have to go there full on with these characters and live it out. And we spent the night together justifying their actions and understanding where they'd come from and the world that they lived in. Yeah. And the next morning we turned up on set, and I think they were filming a rom-com before we got there. And then when we got there, it turned into Killing Ground. Yeah.
And also, Aaron Pedersen usually plays cops in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, he does an amazing job, I think, as as a character who mentors.
Just one other just quick thing about it. He plays such an asshole, but you do bring some other aspect to it. You can see in your performance.
He's a multi-layered asshole?
Well, there is a certain sadness to that character as well, which I think is
That's great that you say that, Bill, because I was really trying to create a human being up there. I didn't want to create a villain where you just go, because I feel like that kind of detaches you from what the character's doing. If it's just a villain, you kind of step back and it doesn't have the same effect. So,
Well,
poor little Ollie. What happened to Ollie? Well, you got to see the Killing Ground.
at the time of this recording, you have not had your first screening yet.
They'll
No,
love
that's
it.
right.
They'll
Yeah.
love it.
They'll love it. The Egyptian Theater. Let's see, Saturday the 21st at the Redstone Cinema 2 at 1 p.m. Saturday the 21st at 11:59 p.m. at the Tower Theater. Thursday the 26th at 11:30 p.m. at Prospector Square.
Will you be at all most of the screenings here?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, great. Go see it. It's great. It's a great thriller.
Ladies and gentlemen, Killing Ground.
Thank you.